Welcome to the best seats in town, the cheap seats. Hey, look, man, I know Beer Cave's usually here. He having some problems. Then he's got to go coach. He's doing a little baseball thing. You know how he is. Him and BK, hopefully they'll go out there and get a goddamn win. We're going to talk a lot about these Game 7s coming up. We're going to talk about some boxing. We're going to bring in all sorts of shit and go all over the place. I see Red Jet jumping in. Yeah, Game 7's all around. Daniel Berry Sports, what's up? Happy Saturday, my man. But we are joined now by one of the greatest, my boy, Nick Watkins.
What's up, baby? What's up? What's good? What's good, Mike?
Now, you know, the same old same, just sitting here, I've been watching boxing all damn day. It, just makes me want to go punch somebody.
Yeah, it has been. It's been like appointment television today. I'm gonna get to the boxing later. Man, that's the thing about boxing cards, right? Like that's one thing. The UFC. I'm a big UFC guy, and like when they do their pay-per-views, you want to watch every fight. Boxing is like you don't know who the fuck anybody is until maybe the co-main and then the main event, right? Like you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like even like a casual MMA fan, I feel like on the pay-per-views know almost at least 2 or 3 different people on the card. But if I turned on this boxing card, I couldn't tell you who the fuck's who. It could be Big Mike and Bodkins out there boxing, and people wouldn't know. Hey,
there was a couple of them out there that did look like us, so I was rooting for them. I mean, it ain't been bad. Hey, man, there was one fight. It messed me up a little bit because it said the odds and stuff beforehand. The underdog this. If the underdog won by knockout in the 7th round, it was plus 4,000. I'm like, oh, man, that's crazy. Man. I'm like, right? Maybe I should go, just bet real quick on that. I didn't. I'm stupid. I didn't. Guess what happens in the 7th round? Dude knocks dude. Like, what? I'm like, was this set up? This dude just knocked this dude out in the 7th round?
That would be who knows, but today it's been for me. I watched a little bit of the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark and New York Liberty game. I've been watching the Cubs play right now, so then we got the boxing. We got Game 6 tonight. You know what I mean? Then so it's Mavs and Thunder tonight at Game 6.
It is, and we'll get right into that. So. Mavericks, everybody's looking at it like Luka, what are you going to do? When are you going to do this? You got Kyrie, you got, I don't know if you can call it a great cast of players, but you got these guys over here, and PJ Washington's acting like he's a damn star. But what are you thinking here? You thinking, all right, Luka's finally going to say, we're done here and we're moving on? Or
I picked it from day one, Mavs in 6, just something. The Thunder, like the Mavs, like Luka's been to the Western Conference Finals. Kyrie's done everything in this league that you could do. There's other Mavs players, Tim Hardaway Jr. They got a more veteran type team, guys who've been in the playoffs. This Thunder team, as we know, like young teams struggle in the NBA playoffs. Like you almost got to take that lump or two before you get to the next round. You know what I mean? So I figured they would win, round 1. And they did that, handled business, and then now I figured Mavs in 6 here is kind of what I picked since day one.
You know what? I was right there with you. I said I had them in 6. To be honest, I had them lose in round 1 because I thought maybe, just maybe, Kawhi Leonard was going to be healthy. Just maybe this team would do something. And, they did the same exact shit they do every year and just go sit in an injury bed somewhere. But, yes, Dallas – 6 looks like they're ready. I mean, what's crazy is everybody's been saying these playoffs have been horrible because there's been umpteen blowouts, like blowouts every other game, 20, 30, 40 point blowouts. But I mean, I've actually enjoyed the series though, because it's not like it's everybody blowing each other out. It's not just one team blowing one team out. It's everybody's blowing each other out.
It just that just shows you like they forget about it and move on, and it's really almost even a lot of these series. Even the Boston series, like they won in 5, but it's just like y'all should have games 5 and 6. No Donovan Mitchell, like or 4-5, like you should have blew them out by 20. You know what I mean? Game 5 last night or the other night, they played nobody. Chris LeVert, no Allen, no Donovan Mitchell. But it's just like the Cavs stuck around until about halfway through the fourth quarter. Like, if you're the Celtics, man, like they just don't have that, like, killer instinct, and it bothers me. It's like you can't trust them.
They don't got one of your favorite things you do. They don't got that dog of the week.
Yeah.
They don't ever have.
Yeah.
It's like Jason Tatum just says, I'm a superstar, but I'm not the dog. Like, I can't take over games. I can't do stuff like that. And it's weird because they're inconsistent when it comes to playoffs, but regular season, they'll tromp everybody. Playoff time, it's like they have the hardest time getting to the finals.
Yeah, so like, I don't know how we started that where I got from that from my point of, but they just like, it's just like, can we cut them off? And I think the Mavs, that's what we're talking about. The Mavs, they got to do that tonight and kind of put them away here. This is Luke. They've looked like the better team throughout, and we were talking about the blowouts. It just shows out all the different teams, man, like how close it is, like, and they just forget about it and move on. It's like, it shows to me, you know what I mean? Like, the series have been great. Like, the games may not have been great. Some of the Knicks Pacers games have been, but the series itself has been good.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying to people, like 100%. Besides maybe, all right, Pelicans, Thunder, and maybe Heat, Celtics, those were kind of weary, but everything else has been great. I mean, the Lakers were up every single game by 10, 20 points, and the Nuggets had to come back to win that. I mean, the Suns were there, but then the Wolves would just do their thing. I mean,
let the Nuggets too, like this series, like everybody wrote them off after they were down 0-2, like champs in trouble, but they were already declaring Timberwolves, 5 or whatever. Then the champs reminded everybody, hey, we are the defending, NBA champions. Like, we are who we thought we were, and they humbled the Thunder or the Wolves. Now the Wolves, it's hard. They're a playoff team, and somebody like Anthony Edwards isn't going to lose 4 straight. So they get back and even the series, they blow them out in Game 6, and we get Game 7 tomorrow. But it's just, it's incredible. Like, everybody wrote them off, and they answered back. It's just how these series have worked.
It shows how these teams are. They're resilient. Like the Pacers, dude. The Pacers look like the most resilient team ever. I mean, they look like they should be beat all the damn time, and then they just bounce back and show you why they're here and why they got the players they got. I mean, just like you said, the Nuggets down 0-2, and you're like, they can't even do what's going on here? They didn't win at home, and then they beat Minnesota twice in their house, and it's like, nobody wants to win a home game here. Like, nobody does.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It got crazy, and now you got Game 7s all around, and those are 2 of the best words in sports. Is Game 7. I love Game 7. I don't even care if it's my team in it, anybody's team in it. I'm watching it because everything and anything's getting thrown out on that floor. They're leaving it all. Everything's getting left out there.
I mean, you mentioned it too, like resilient. You mentioned the Pacers being resilient, but the Knicks, man, like it's just like they barely even have enough warm bodies, and that it's going 7. It's like Tibbs is always. This is typical Tibbs team. I feel like, I love Tibbs, obviously representing the Chicago Bulls when he was there, but like great regular season, and then guys just tend to break down during the postseason because he wears on him. He doesn't play. His bench isn't very deep. It's 6-7 guys. And now you're seeing Hart starting to, he's got some abdomen problems. Well, Hart's played the most minutes since December, and he played like 5 full games in the playoffs, like never being taken out. Brunson, same type of way, but they got to have him because they don't have anybody else. Everybody else is banged up.
Yeah, they're all sitting, waiting for the ambulance to pick them up. It looked like, what they look like? They look like the Toon Squad at Space Jam. Everybody's injured at the edge of the bench, and they got to call in Bill Murray. Come here, Bill.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's crazy. What's going on, Luna? But that's crazy that they're just relying on that big Villa 3. DiVincenzo, Brunson, Hart. Now, Hart, like you said, they have them in problems. He looked rough, still trying to fight it through that game, and hopefully – tomorrow he's going to be all right, but always the next day it gets worse. So
Yeah.
who knows if he plays? If he doesn't play, I feel like that's the end of the road for the Knicks.
Yeah, it'll be. But for the Pacers, man, Tyrese Halliburton, like, where it's just like I'm waiting for him. Like, I get he's kind of like a Kawhi Leonard, that quiet superstar, but like if you're gonna be a superstar in this league, this is like you got to take control and command. Like I watched him the other night. It's just like, oh, he's got 20 points. I'm like, man, I've never seen like it's just like he doesn't take control in the games they lose. It's he has single digits or he's not shooting enough. Like he's got to be aggressive and take control of this game. Like Jalen Brunson's a dog. Like he's gonna do whatever he can do. Like Tyrese Halliburton he needs to find that dog in him if the Pacers are gonna win tomorrow.
Well, and what's crazy is the record when he doesn't score double digits, they lose, and that's even in the regular season. And that's what's crazy here. And how Burton's capable of 20 points, 20 assists. Get your team involved, do your thing. I mean, and keep scoring. And he stops attacking. He starts throwing the ball halfway across the court. Look, man, just keep attacking. Make them break down and come to you, and then you can start assists. Start, facilitating everybody else in the game. Because he is a star, but like you said, very quiet. Nobody really knows the man. I love him. I love his play when he actually puts it on. But I don't know. I guess that's something we'll have to see and hope he brings Game 7 in the Garden.
Yeah, the Knicks have not closed out a series at home since 1995 when they made the finals.
See? Hey.
That's wild. Because they've even been to the finals since then. Remember, they were in the finals at 99 or something with the against the Spurs, Robinson and Duncan.
Yeah.
99, 2000 or something like that, right around there. Duncan, yeah.
The
shortened season. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the 50-game season. Yeah, they got lucky, in there. Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. They were the 8th seed, made the playoff, all the way to the finals.
See, that was like a Miami Heat thing, Everybody was so hype on them, but it's been done before, people. The 8th seed has done some things. I mean, let's all remember Golden State took down the number 1 Dallas Mavericks some years ago. I mean, that was a hell of a series to watch Byron Davis go off.
Byron Davis,
But man, listen, it's amazing when we can have a playoff, an NBA playoffs where we can actually be vested in some. Again, not our teams. Chicago's definitely not in the Cavs. Got booed.
Yeah.
But I mean,
the Bulls are a clown show, bro.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say about them.
They're a clown show. They need to blow that thing up. I mean,
they do. They do.
They're all talking about running it back. Running it back for what? Like you've ran it back 4 seasons. We're not doing anything. Billy Donovan probably needs to go. Like it just like get rid. They're like the Bulls are interested in DeMar DeRozan. Like why? He's interested in coming back. I'm sure because he could probably make the most money with us. Like get rid of him. Like blow it up. Zach LaVine. We should have never gave him the max. Like you're not winning a title. You know what I mean? But I think Jerry Reinsdorf he was quoted at one. Somebody I don't know if this for sure, but somebody told me this. That he said he's only like he's the team. He likes the team because the Bulls are still selling out. He's like the purpose is to play meaningful games in April. Sell out the stadium and play meaningful games in April. We're doing that with this squad. I thought the purpose was to win championships, but clearly you haven't gave a fuck about that since '98. So
yeah, since Jordan left, he's like, you know what? We don't do that here no more.
yeah. We're just gonna run on. We're gonna rest because we had the greatest all time, and we'll always be remembered for that. And then that's it.
We'll always come close to the playoffs.
Yeah. As long as we're playing meaningful games and my stadium's filled, that's all that matters. Yeah. Which I mean, business acumen, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a business thing. If I'm making money, cool, we're good. But yeah, they do need to blow it up. Trade Zach LaVine. I mean, there's teams out there that would pay and do their thing for him. I mean, DeMar would be a coveted veteran. I don't know how many people would be like, yeah, we're going to give him big money or not. But the Bulls can make some nice moves and see what happens. It sucks when you bring in like Lonzo Ball and then he doesn't play at all since he was 22.
Yeah, it's been like 3-4 seasons since. And the crazy thing is when
Lose you? Or did I lose you? I don't know what happened there. All of a sudden froze up on me, bot. I don't know. I don't know if it's me thing. My internet looked good. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, look, man, the Bulls, they got to get themselves right, do their thing. But again, it's like an owner thing. That's the problem. It's an owner thing. He's all about the money. As long as the money's coming in, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter any other way. Hopefully, Bikens gets back. I don't. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump on and let's talk some game sevens here. You got two of them coming tomorrow. I mean, this is crazy. I love the fact that there's two. I love the fact that there could be almost three if Dallas doesn't do their damn job tonight. But everybody seems to like Dallas. I like Dallas too. I think they probably put the stamp on it. Then they go on and wait and see tomorrow who they're gonna face. And that's gonna be crazy. It's definitely gonna be crazy. But we're gonna have to see what kind of teams come out tomorrow. Oh, y'all good? Y'all good?
Yeah. Hey, sorry about that. Doing a show with me, my internet decides to take a shit every once in a while. So
it was funny the face you had. You was eyes closed and smiling. I was like having a funeral or something. What the hell?
Then it just booted me all the way out of StreamYard too after that.
See, yeah, I let you on there. Figuring maybe it'll come back, and then you were gone. Well, all right, tomorrow, 2 game sevens. Which one do you think's going to be that down to the wire type game?
I want it to be the Nuggets and Wolves, right? Like that's to me, like Jokic and Murray, and then Anthony Edwards. Like you got these good youngs. Like these are two teams where you look at like they could be battling for this for a long time. Like we're just now getting the taste, and it could be a couple years where they got to go through each other to get to where they want to go.
Yeah. So Nuggets Wolves is where you want it. You know what? I to be honest, I want the Pacers Knicks. And it's because I've been riding the Pacers since the beginning. I don't know why. I love Halliburton, but it's just maybe it was because there was a New York fan that came on the show and he started giving me crap because of my pick. And I'm like, you know what? That's it. And I picked the Pacers and I stuck with it. And I keep saying they're going to win. And I'm hoping they do. That way he could just eat some humble pie and go be quiet. Plus, me and Beer Cave got a little.
Then you would want the game to be a blowout, right? Like, why not?
No, I want it close. I like it close no matter what.
Hey, then why not have it be a blowout?
No, okay. I don't want the blowout.
I got you. I'm like, if you want the Knicks to lose, just yeah, I feel you. I think both games will be within 10 or 15. 10. I'm gonna say 10. Both games within 10. I think both games will be good.
You know what? I agree. I can see that. Everybody's gonna be fighting, no matter what. Even if Hart doesn't play or injuries keep on mounting up for the Knicks, that whole team's gonna fight. They don't have a bench, but they'll throw fans in there to try to keep this game close. But yeah, I feel like it'll stay in.
Gonna be out there. Spike gonna be out there.
I bet he tear it off. He'll throw on the jersey. He'll be out there running around. You see other players, you got Frazier. He'll come on out. They're bringing all of them. Stephon Marbury go jump on that court. He's still playing, I think, overseas, so he could do it.
He's not still playing. He's not still playing, is he?
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, probably he could still go over there. Probably get 30 years old age.
Hey, the dude is. Yeah.
I mean, he could have been.
I don't know. I think I like the Knicks to win tomorrow. Actually, I like the Knicks to win at home. I had the Knicks in 7, so I'm sticking with that.
Yeah, see, I had the Pacers in 7, so I'm riding that especially more because of the fan, the viewer. But if they're healthy, if the Knicks are healthy and Hart's okay and stuff, yeah, they definitely here. Oh, what's going on, Red Jet? Yeah, out here doing big things. Yeah, well, we're trying to do something here. I don't know. I don't know if it's big or little, but we doing it.
Oh, she
But
knows whether it's big or little.
all right. So let's say Nick's healthy, Hart's healthy, he's good to go. He's going to be all right. Brunson's gaining back to 100%. They don't have a bench there, though. I mean, Burks stepped up some, but they don't have nothing else. You don't think if the Pacers put on that, hey, like they do
They got
at home,
Jalen Brunson, man.
and that is the killer move. Everybody's saying, well, why is Brunson this? Why does everybody think Brunson's that? Well, because watch the man. The dude's a straight dog. He don't care. He'll take the charge. He'll drive to the hole. He's shooting the shot. He's doing it all.
It's Allen Iverson-esque. You know what I mean? Like, he's just he's tiny. You don't understand it. But he just gets it done. And like he'll take over the game. It's Allen Iverson-esque to me.
You know what? I agree with that. It's a chubby AI with a back down game, with a post game. It's insane.
Yeah.
How's this dude just backing down everybody on the court?
Like you look at him, but it's isn't it weird though? Like, you look at LeBron James and he's like a specimen, right? Just like built different, physically. And then you got a couple other guys like that in the NBA, and then you got like Giannis, right? Like then you got a guy like Nikola Jokic and Jalen Brunson, and you're just looking at you're like these guys are two of the best ball. This guy's MVP, and this guy's putting up 45 in the NBA. Shit, I feel like I could do that,
It does give hope to us out here. We feel like we can go to the court and talk something.
Even Luka does it. You know what I mean? Yep. Like Luka's not like, you know what I mean? He's kind of, you know what I mean? Like just a guy like, ain't no way this guy's one of the best either. By just if you stood him in a lineup,
Yeah, Luka's out here eating. He's not spending millions of dollars on his physique. He's eating, and he's slow as shit. But somehow nobody can choreograph his passes or shots or moves. It's just like it's so slow. It fakes you out because of how slow it is.
No doubt. That's exactly how it's weird. He's so good, but it's like old man, it's like that Chris Paul was like that too. I felt like old man, just the dude at the Y, this old man game, like just Chris Paul would just if he could get to the mid-range and just hit that mid-range J on you, he'd kill you. And it would just so nobody's stopping this guy.
and that is funny. It's like they go, oh man, that's a nice hezzy. I didn't do anything. That's my normal move.
Yeah.
Oh man, that game's gonna be great tonight, though. I think they all lay it on the line again. It's the only reason why I don't believe in the Thunder is because of the inexperience, and that's it. That's really it. They have the team, they have the players. It's just a matter of inexperience, and then you're running up against a team that has the experience, has been there. Kyrie's won championships, has been there through it all, and that's really it. Next year, it'll be a different story.
Yeah, you're exactly right with the Thunder. I just think they're too young, man. But that team is loaded, and they got like 14 more draft picks for the next 2 years.
Insane.
Yeah, SGA was. I mean, what was he, third in MVP or second MVP? So he's a dude. You got Chet Holmgren, who's really playing his first full season. He looks good. Then the Williams kids, Josh Giddey, and then it's just also we got all this, other draft picks that we can go either trade for some people, or we're just going to keep drafting the best kids that available and keep them young. they're going to be good in the next few years.
They're going to be good for a while, especially with all them damn draft picks. They'll be young forever. Like, that song, Forever Young. That's really the Thunder, Forever Young. Because,
Yeah.
Dude, it's like the Knicks. The Knicks got a ton of capital. I mean, it's insane, all the draft capital. And then you go right to the Suns. How many picks you got? 2 in the next 6 years in the second round, let alone. You're like, oh, my God.
Yeah. But then the Thunder, and so like the Thunder, that's why the Suns, like, you can't play 3-on-5, and you can't play, especially when the games get long in the postseason or even the regular season. You got to have a good bench, and that's the thing the Thunder have. It's like they're so deep and they're so young, and we can still just run people out there. Where Kevin Durant's not getting younger; he's been in the league almost 20 years. So it's just like Durant, Beal's been in there for a while, like Booker's been there for a little bit. It's just like that team. I don't foresee them winning a championship as constructed.
Oh, hell no. No.
It doesn't matter who the coach is.
No, not at all. Not at all. And me and Jay had talked about it before the season started. We said, why didn't they go over and get a point guard somewhere? Because that's what they really need, is someone to facilitate the ball, because everybody's a damn scorer on that team. Someone needs to be able to facilitate. Just want to get 30 assists a game. That's all you need to do. I said, dude, call up Kemba Walker. He's scoring 70 in Turkey or some shit. Tell him to come over here and just facilitate the ball. Then when those guys go out, he can have free range. Do whatever the hell you want. I don't know. It just made no sense what they've done with this team.
Yeah, and then they're going to have to do – they can only trade. They can't sign anybody, then they can, unless it's like minimum veteran – and they can only trade either one of those big three. So, and I don't think they're doing that. So it doesn't, they can fire as many coaches they want and bring in different coaches, but
you're right. You're right. And look, Red Jet says Warriors ain't going to have till long after.
Cubs win on a walk-off.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good old Cubbies.
Play at the plate, baby. Play at the plate.
Oh, we need it. Yeah, there you go. A nice Cubs win for Backins.
Yeah. Well, we've lost the last 2 to fucking the Pirates. Let me tell you, Mike, I don't know if you've watched Paul Skeens pitch yet. Yeah. Holy shit, that kid's gonna be good.
You know what's crazy is Beer Cave gave me a thing and said this is what he's like. He's like Kerry Wood and Strasburger if you put them together and kind of took different things from each. He's like, it's just like that. And I'm like, that's insane to think of. A guy that can do that. I mean, holy shit. TB, Beer Cave, he's got a coach. So he's out there, trying to get a win for the Cardinals with BK. So I got my boy Backins joining me today.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, always, man. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
Should have done this a long time ago.
No doubt. But yeah, Paul Skeens is so – dude, like I watched him pitch against the Cubs, and, man, they couldn't pick him up. Like they just – his first struck out, I think, the first 6 batters he faced, and they were 100 miles an hour, repeatedly.
See, that's insane to think of. I mean, I remember his first game, he threw 17 pitches, 100 or more. Yeah. That's just – blows your mind. Blows your mind. Now, is the worry that he's going to throw his arm out because he's doing this?
We talk to Jonathan Grisham every Monday on the LTS show, and he says Paul's not going to, he's built just big because how big he is, that he's not going to throw his arm out. He's like, look at Aroldis Chapman, right? He's never had any, shoulder issues or anything like that. Or elbow issues, he's never had to have Tommy John because he's built 6'4", 260 or 230. So they're built different. Their bodies are made to throw that torque.
That's crazy. If he can keep this up for so many years, dude's going to be a Cy Young for the rest of his damn career. If he can continue this type of stuff. I mean, thank God he's not on the Indians because he'll win a Cy Young and we got to trade him. See you later.
Well, the Pirates are the same way. Garrett Cole came from there. They've had all their guys leave there. All their guys leave there too. So,
well, see, maybe we could trade for him and we can have him and say, "Oh, the hard work came with you. Just don't win one here." I don't know, man. That's the stupidest shit in baseball. I mean, Beer K's been preaching they need to have a salary cap floor. Like you
Yeah.
have to spend $60 million on your team, or if you do it, go under 2 years in a row, you got to sell.
I think
Like,
they do have a salary cap floor. I thought at one time,
what
but
is it, 10 million?
I don't know. I mean, look at the poor A's. You know what I mean? Like they don't have nobody on that team. You know what I mean?
And you know what's funny is they have nobody, but they're doing like Moneyball. They're playing
Yeah.
actually decent. It's insane. It's like they're doing the movie Major League over there. You know,
Yeah,
the owner
they don't have a home. The owner hates them. Like,
but Vegas don't want them. They're trying to stay. All this other shit. Oh, what's going on, Bandy? Dave again. Dave's coaching. He's got to do his thing, so got to carry on without him. But yeah, dude, the baseball. And if they do, like, I know the Indians or Guardians. There's 30 million. That's their salary right now. So what the hell is the floor if there is one? Because I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't feel there is one.
I thought there is something where they had to spend X amount, but that could be the NFL. I don't remember.
At the NFL, man, them boys they don't ever see that. That's probably buried somewhere because they spend all that on one player.
There is, yeah, I know there is something that where a team has to serve. It has to spend a certain amount, like, you know what I mean? And I don't know if there is a floor, but, and then obviously in baseball, there's not really a salary cap. There's just a luxury tax, you know, so.
Well, yeah, basketball's got the luxury tax. But
yeah,
it's insane that they can just not spend no money and just rake in money. It's almost like if you want to make triple your money and not spend any of it, you go get a baseball team. And that's how it works.
Shit, be a baseball player. I mean, Ohtani got. I mean, what's the kid from the Yankees? Yeah,
Soto?
What he's gonna get. Yeah, what he's gonna get. Well, I mean, you're looking at 10 years, 700 million. You know, something crazy like that.
Insane amounts of money in baseball. Insane.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we did one Game 7. Let's go to the Minnesota Nuggets one. Who do you think is the real X factor in this game for both teams?
Oh man, that's a good question.
And I'm put Ant out and put Joke out. So the X factor.
Yeah, and you got to put like Jamal Murray out too. Like, to me, it's kind of Cat. You know, right? Like, is he gonna be him and really our Aaron Gordon continues to be the X factor, like somebody like that. But to me, it's kind of Cat. Can he be the number 2? Can he be the Robin? Can he help Ant carry the load? Because he hasn't been. Rudy Gobert, I mean, you look at him, you're like, how the hell is this guy Defensive Player of the Year too at times? So, I mean, I don't even know if I've never met a Rudy Gobert fan or any teammate that likes Rudy Gobert.
Hey, look, there you go. There's a Rudy Gobert card for you. I just happened to just get that in. But yeah, that Rudy Gobert, I didn't believe he should have won Defensive Player of the Year. Should have been Wemby. I mean, how many more deflections? How many more blocks? Everything. Steals. I don't know. They didn't want to give it to a rookie. I hate that. Oh, we don't like giving it to a rookie. I don't care. That man's playing better than everybody else. That's who you give it to. The hell?
If he's the Defensive Player of the Year, then, give it to him.
Yes. And same with, listen, in football, I was pissed off when Lamar won it. Mad as hell. Like, tell me why this dude that has the same stats as Justin Fields, and everybody hates Justin Fields and wants to trade him and get rid of him, but Lamar has the same stats, he won MVP. Like, what? Stroud had crazy numbers. You don't want to give it to him. He's a rookie. Love did great. CMC, give it to him. I thought he deserved it, to be honest.
It's become the quarterback, award, not the, most, valuable player award,
Yeah, it is stupid.
A receiver, the last time a receiver won it was Jerry Rice back in the mid-'80s.
And you know what? I felt like Megatron should have won it at one of those times. I mean, dude, it's insane to think that it's no receivers, running backs here and there.
Yeah,
What
a
have we
running
seen?
back, you almost have to break like a record, right? Like you almost have
Yep.
to rush for either 2,000 yards or like break their rushing touchdown record. Like that is it. Like you have to do two of those. You know, if you maybe these days you might have to do both, and they still might be like, well, this quarterback over here threw for 40 touchdowns and interceptions, or you know what I mean? Like this guy just broke the rushing record and the rushing touchdown record. You ain't gonna give him the fucking MVP. Like,
What's funny is the quarterback don't even have to do all that. Be like, oh, he got 28 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 3,000 yards. That's the guy. His team went 14-3. Like,
yes,
what?
yeah.
That sounds like that was a
Yeah, but
defensive.
he had it. He gave it to the running back. He was playing with the running back who had all the yards and touchdowns.
Dude, I'd be pissed as shit if my quarterback didn't go up there and say, "Nah, this isn't my award," and give it to the running back and say, "Nah, that's his." Like, you gotta do that because that's some stupid shit.
I know. It's just I'm just saying, like that's what running backs got to do. I mean, much less a defense. I mean, I know they have like defensive player of the year, but they have offense player of the year too. Like the MVP. Like I think Lawrence Taylor's the only defensive player of the year ever. Like you got to. So you legit got to be a cokehead and just a crazy person, one of one in this world to get defensive player of the year.
And to be honest, there's been some times a defensive player should have won it. I mean, God, with all the sacks. I mean, I would have thought Strahan that one year. He had the sack record, everything.
Yeah, he had the sack record, yeah. Well, he had the sack record, and then everybody bitched at Brett Favre for rolling right. Remember that? To break the record?
Yeah. God, man. Stupid shit. But all right, back to the Wolves Nuggets. So, all right, Cat.
This is a fucking tangent.
This is how we do it. We go off the rails. That's why we got that show on Thursday called Off the Rails. This is what happens.
It happens.
So we got Cat. You say he's the X Factor for Minnesota, and Aaron Gordon continues to do his thing there.
Yeah.
You know, I am right with you with Cat because Cat's either got to show the hell up because if he doesn't, he needs to not just be some guy out there. And I hate how he shoots threes and he looks at his dad. Hey, buddy, how about you keep looking at who you're defending? Stop worrying about shit else.
Yeah.
I mean, that shit is stupid. And then I really think Michael Porter is going to have to be the X factor in this game. They're starting to believe Aaron Gordon's Aaron Gordon and he can shoot and he's doing this stuff. Now Porter's got to come out of left field and just be like, bam, there's 25 and 10.
And he's capable of it too. Like he's one of them point forward types. Like he's so capable of it. And he's another quiet guy. Like just got, goes about his business. But he's going to you're right. That's a good X factor because he's capable of really pouring it in. You almost forget that he's on the team. I forgot that he's on the team until you said something. I was like, oh, shit, yeah, he is on there.
Well, he's quiet as hell, too. What's funny is you don't ever hear his name. You hear about his family, gambling on basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Brother gets a DUI. The other brother's going to prison for how many years? You don't. The only reason why you're hearing him is because they're in trouble. Otherwise, you don't hear him. He's that quiet. He's not a superstar. He's just that quiet star.
Yeah.
So who do you got? Who do you got in this game?
I got Nuggets, man. I had Nuggets in 7 since again day one. I just thought that the champions at home would take it. You know what I mean? Like it's tough to go in there and win on the road. I feel like they figured it out. Jokic is the MVP. Murray. I think it's going to be a close one, and I like the Nuggets. I'm going to say the Nuggets win by 2 tomorrow.
Ooh, 2.
Yeah.
All right. I like the Nuggets too, and I think it'll be close until like the last couple minutes, and I think then some will switch, and it won't be like crazy or nothing. 8 points maybe, something like that. Red Jet says she's pulling for the Wolves. Yeah, well, why? Because you like Ant-Man? Is that why? I don't know. I got one of those over here too. Here you go. Here you go, an Ant-Man right there. There he is. Got all these cards.
He's like the next guy, right? Like the next face of the league. Like it's him and Wembanyama probably. You
Yeah,
know,
all
like
right. Well, yeah, because we already said Luca's doing his thing, but yeah, Wimbiana, Ant-Man, uh, Brunson's
yeah,
stepping up,
Luca.
but he's been around.
Yeah,
Joker's already been. Well, he's not really the face; he's just winning shit.
yeah, that's true. Like he's like the MVP, but like he's like I feel like to a casual person that doesn't really, you know what I mean? Like who's this? And they'll be like, I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, if you just saw him walking down the road, no one's gonna be like, "Hey, there he is." They're
yeah.
like, "Who's that weird ass foreigner?"
Like LeBron and Kobe's been the face of the league, like those Jordan obviously, like they were the faces, and Allen Iverson was really a face at a time too, like if you think about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
He had that one crossover. It messed everybody up. Everybody
yeah,
loved that. They all try to do that crossover all the time.
yeah,
But yeah, superstars come and go with the NBA, and it's like you're definitely seeing it. If it's not a star like Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, you definitely see it now. It's a group of them,
yeah.
and
And
that's what it's going to have to be.
we're getting to the end of an era, right? We're getting the
Yep.
end of the Steph Curry, LeBron, Durant era. Like those guys been in the league, shit. Durant or LeBron, what? This was his.
He'll be 40 in December.
Yeah, so like his 20th season, I
Yep.
think. So KD is not too far behind that. Steph same way. So it's just like, man, yeah, these guys their careers are winding down, and like now we're seeing the new era, Luca, and like Jalen Brunson, that Tatum and Brown in Boston, that those kind of guys, like it's like, oh, we're seeing the next guys, so Victor Wembanyama is going to be part of them.
See that generation come out. Vandy
yeah.
says Wolves winning would help my Ant-Man on eBay gain some more money. Right, you're right. I'm about to put that one's going up too, so I'm going to need some of that too. But I like the Nuggets to win. I as much money as I would want, I like the Nuggets to win. I got a Joker too, so I'll put that one up. But so you're going Nuggets close, playing Dallas. Do you feel like the Nuggets beat Dallas and go to the finals? Is that like automatic for you? There is no opportunity for Dallas to win?
Nah, I've had the Nuggets since day one before the playoffs. I said Nuggets Celtics. Nuggets win in 6. So
I'm you know what? I said the same thing. I said Nuggets Celtics. Nuggets win in 6.
Yeah, haven't wavered from that yet. So I was a little worried when the Wolves were up 2-0, but I figured they'd figure it out. So
I've called the Nuggets. I've called them like they're just a big cat. And they just lay there, and they got a mouse. They smacking around a little bit, and they just keep doing that every now and then. Mouse might bite it a little bit, smack it, and then finally, mouse gets pissed and eats it. It's like it just plays with its prey, plays with who they're playing. And, all right, cool, we'll make it a series, yay! And now it's time for us to win. And that's what it is.
It'll be that way tomorrow. They're gonna have to win tomorrow. So I said this. I think the Wolves to me match up better than any team with the Nuggets. So if I'm every other team, I'm praying the Wolves win tomorrow, because I also think other teams match up with the Wolves. You got a better chance. But for some reason, I thought the Wolves with Gobert and Cat could match up with the size and length, and they play, really tough defense, and they get after, Jamal Murray, especially those first 2 games, kind of in your face defense. I was like, they match up well with the Nuggets, but they also match up. Every other team matches up well with them, but not so well with the Nuggets.
And I agree 100% with that. Red Jet says Rudy Slowbert. Yeah, that dude. But I mean, he takes like 5 steps and he's across the court. I mean, I don't know. That dude's just tall, lanky, and just wide. He looks weird. He's like I don't know. It's one of those weird aliens you see in cartoons. Got that big, wide frame, big, long, slim legs and arms. But I agree with you. The Wolves do. Every other team matches up with the Wolves. The Mavericks do. Boston can do it, especially if KP's healthy. They can definitely match up.
Yeah.
And that's their problem. They don't have KP. Everyone's like, oh, well, they're just going to do another winning 5 or whatever against whoever comes out of Pacers Knicks. I'm like, I don't think so, dude. I mean, I think the Pacers are going to run like crazy and there's going to be games. But if you guys play like you did against the Cavs the last 2 games, I mean, you almost let a bunch of bench players beat you 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, that's insane to me. Like, and then that Celtics fans
that's
like,
why,
oh,
like,
no.
to me, like, Boston is like, I'm never picking them in a sweep. Like, it's always because they're always going to let some team win a game that they ain't supposed to win or hang around, and then that team wins, finds a way to win. Like, I'm like, I'll never pick them in a sweep, but I'll pick them in 5 or 6 because they're going to give at least 1, maybe 2.
And I agree. And I'd be honest, if the Knicks were healthy and that's who they were playing, I could see that series going 7. I can see that being a slugfest, and Celtics won't like that. What's going on, Yoli Cruz? Celtics won't like that. They would hate to face the Knicks because the Knicks are going to punch you in the face. They're not going to sit there and just play some whatever. They're going to boss you around.
Ooh.
Oh, Caitlin Clark down 0-2. Nah, there's no cause for concern. She's a rookie in the WNBA.
Yeah, she's 0-3 after today. Yeah, and I watched most of that game today. And I do think she needs to add some muscle. Like, she's, you know what I mean, getting like that. She's gonna have to adjust to the length, but it's still there. Like, her teammates got to get used to her passing the ball, and you know, she still scored 20. She's, you know, the other night she only scored 9, but before that scored 20. She's got to get used to it. And you guys got to, this is a team organization that had the back-to-back first-round picks. So it's not like she walking on a squad here. It's like they're literally, they stink. Her teammates should have had a couple more assists if her teammates would have just made some shots, but they didn't make them. Like, they're not very good. Like, the team isn't very good. They got back-to-back number 1 picks. Like, so they're not very good. And these girls she's playing against the best of the best in the business. I have no concern. I think she's going to be great still. Their team may not be great for another year or 2, but I think she's going to be great.
I agree with you. And they're like the Detroit Pistons right now. Except for Detroit doesn't get the number 1 pick, even though they suck. What luck do they get? They don't get the pick. We're staying the 5th pick again. What?
Yeah.
Bandy goes, I know the Pacers and Knicks are getting a bit tired, but you think Celtics can handle the speed of Pacers or the Knicks?
Knicks play that slow it down basketball, like old school 90s, you know, but the Pacers love to get out and shoot. Yeah, I think that both teams like to shoot a lot of threes. The Pacers and Boston both love to shoot threes. That would be like who can make the most 3-pointers. So the Boston kind of plays that style a little bit too, but the slow it down version of the Knicks, that's when you get into their game, like that old school muscle. And these Knicks kind of remind you a little bit of like not like size wise, but just that gritty team like the Knicks from the 90s, you know, when they had like Oakley and Starks in them, like just a gritty team.
I agree. You had Ward, Starks, Houston, Ewing, Larry Johnson ended up on that team. I mean, you had them boys would just smack you around and bump you around. They're physical, hands were always on you. You couldn't do nothing about it. If you complained, well, they just put their hands on you even more till it became a fist fight. That's what it was.
I mean, even before that, like Oakley was there. Charles Mason, remember him?
That's Charles Mason.
Yeah. There was like those like Knick teams were very gritty, and this Knick team's a little bit like that, which you kind of expect from a Thibodeau team. But I just think Boston would probably either or win both in about 6 games, whether the Pacers or the Knicks. Like it would be like a travesty to the Boston fans, like a big disappointment if they're not in the NBA Finals. Like, you lost to the 8th seed last year to the Heat. Like, I mean, they should have won. Like, how this team just keeps getting there. And it's like, we don't criticize them enough, but it's like, oh, they're still young. But they've been to like 4 of the last like 5 Eastern Conference Finals, and they keep getting ousted. In the one year they made it to the finals, they lost to Curry and the Warriors in 6.
I argue with Boston fans about this all the time. I'm like, listen, do you see what's wrong with your team? You're inconsistent. You guys got a squad. I'm not saying you guys aren't good. You got a good ass team. Problem is one game you'll show it, the next game you'll look like shit. Can't do that if you want to be a champion. Just can't happen.
Yeah, they're always a bridesmaid, never a bride, is what I like to say.
Oh yeah, and they're going further down the line the worse it gets here because if you're everybody's bridesmaid, you're just that person nobody wants to marry. So it's getting worse as time goes here.
Exactly. And it's getting worse as far as like she used to be the maid of honor, like she might be next, and then now she's like at the end of the line.
Yeah. Everybody loves you next to him at the altar, but nobody wants to put you with them at the altar.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh, Plum's outfit at the WNBA game. Whoo, Kelsey Plum, man.
Oh yeah,
Darren Waller. I don't know what your problem is.
They won today too. The Aces did.
Oh yeah, dude. Vegas is probably gonna go back. What are they? They already went back to back. They're gonna go three-peat it now.
Yeah, they're good.
Dogs over there. One chick dyed her hair silver just to match the new uniforms and stuff. You got Kelsey Plum looking like she's trying to fly every dude in from everywhere else because Darren Waller's a retard.
Yeah, and she started her own cigar company. Kelsey Plum did. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah. She got her own cigar line now.
That's to help bring in the dudes to fly in. I'll give you some cigars. Come beat this up. That's crazy. A woman starting a cigar company, huh? I mean, I've seen some women smoke cigars, but it's just, I don't know.
Because she smokes cigars. So she smokes cigars like in championship day parades and shit. So
I can see that, but it's not like if me and her got it in, and then all of a sudden she lighted a cigar and said, "Good job." Like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, she's telling you to get up, Mike, to make a sandwich.
Yeah, she's like, "There's a vape on the table next to you. I like mayonnaise." Like, what's going on?
All right. All you got to do is just say, "All right, I'll go get it."
Yeah, whatever. When's the next game? I don't give a shit. Oh, man, that is hilarious, though. Hey, before we move on to anything else, hey, if you're sick and tired of ESPN, you're done with these stupid fools that are just arguing and ranting about dumb shit. And it's not even fun no more. It's not funny. It's not good times. It's just mindless dumb shit. And Fox Sports 1 in there with them. Make sure you tune in to the Northeast Streaming Sports Network. Make sure you tune in to the Huddle Sports Network. Download them both. They're on Roku. They're on Fire TV. Me and Botkins are both on there. All our shows are on there. And it's 24/7. You can just watch it 24/7. Even if you want to rewatch some shows, go click on the show, rewatch, whatever you want to watch. Great people on there, great podcast. And again, it's us, people like you, fans that just talking sports, having a good ass time, laughing, drinking, smoking, whatever. That's what it's about. Make sure you go download those if you're sick and tired of the mainstream bullshit. Oh,
amen.
Man, is it Aces up?
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. You know what? Did some basketball. Now it's time to grind in some NFL. You're a Packers fan. I know last year was that year you were like, holy shit, what's going to happen here? You were waiting. All of a sudden it started popping off. And I know you were grabbing the couch. You were like, is this real? Let me start pinching myself because I don't know. And they did what they did. They came up play. I mean, that cross-body, cross-the-field play from Love. The dumb mistake he made there was the play that ended their season in the playoffs against the Niners. How'd you feel about the season as a whole?
All right, so the first half of the season, like the first 8 games, I was like, fuck, man, I don't know how good we're going to be. You know what I mean? And I went in the season pessimistic. I said 6 games, like go 6-10. Like that's what I want. Like, let's just do that. And then you win 10 games. But I just wanted, like, when we got this, the first 8 games, I was like, man, I don't know if this kid can play. Like, he's not, I don't know if it's like play calling. That's Matt LaFleur. And whose fault it was? Like, is it Matt LaFleur's like play calling? Because like everything was just dink and dunk.
Yeah.
Can the kid not throw the ball down the field? Okay, then like, or our receivers not getting open. Like then it's, you know what I mean. Like they don't believe in separation. Well, then that's on Goody for not drafting receivers, right? Like good, like top of the line receivers. And then it's then after the bye week in week 8, they Matt LaFleur was like, I gotta let this kid sling it. Like it's the play calling. I gotta change my play call. I gotta get I gotta let him do his thing. Just like, and they kind of took the shackles off of Love, and the kid showed out, hey, I can ball with the best of them. And he showed that, in the playoffs. And you're right, Mike, like we were a play or two away from beating the 49ers. But I went into that game like, I don't care what happens. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how I felt about it. It was like, I don't care what happens as long as we're here. You know what I mean? That was the best. I enjoyed the seasons like where people doubt you and it's a surprise more than like you're already there. So it's like, oh, you already have a seat at the table for the playoffs. We expect you to sit here. But when you don't, nobody expects you to sit there and you got to go around slapping everybody in the fucking mouth and say, guess what? I'm sitting here now, bitch. Those are the best seasons. Those like, you know what I mean? Where you're like, holy shit, I didn't expect them seasons. Like the 2015, like as a Cub fan, my 2015 season was funner as a fan than 2016 because 2016 everybody expected us to win and we did win, but the stress leading all up to that for as like we're supposed to win this year is stressful. In 2015 we made it to the NLCS and nobody ever thought before the season started, nobody thought we could do that. So that was a funner year because you're just like, fuck man, we're not even supposed to be here. And that's how I felt about the Packers last year.
Hey man, screw your Cubs 2016. Damn idiots could have got the damn job done up 3-1. And what does Cheeto do? Let's not pitch Kluber game 5. Let's not do that shit, you stupid fuck. All right. You guys got it. I'm happy. That's great. and Red Jet, the reason why I put those up there was because I needed proof of you saying that about your Niners, that you're going winless. Bang, bang, loser gang. I'm holding you hostage to those now. Because, I mean, come on now.
The 49ers aren't going to win a game? Is that what he's saying?
That's what she says. She says this shit all the time. She gets real down. Gets down. I have to bring her back up. Tell her Niners will be all right. Be all right. You'll lose in the Super Bowl or something, but it'll be all right.
They're going to win their division. They'll probably win their division again. You know what I mean? They'll be in the playoffs, win their division.
She said, F my Niners. All right. She is pissed, They are going to win the division. But with your Packers, and what's crazy is that feeling you're saying you're like, it feels better when you're not expected to do it. Dude, the Browns aren't expected to do anything any year. So when we actually do something, it is even if we could have
I guess I never
you never have that feel. Listen, we could have everything. Number one defense, great ass quarterback, everything. They're like, they ain't gonna do shit. Like last year, Adam Rank had these dudes going 6-11. I'm like, what? He had us winning 4 out of 2 in the division. I made a whole thing on TikTok about it. I'm sure you've seen it. I'm like, what? 6-11? This dude, we got top 5 defense. Deshaun Watson. I was saying whatever, blah blah. I'm like, dude, I don't understand this. And it's like every year it's the same shit. Colin Cowherd did it again. He put us at the bottom of the division saying, who knows, Deshaun Watson, blah, blah, blah. But yet you guys are going to rank our defense number 1 in the whole NFL. But Deshaun Watson, I've seen teams with the number 1 defense win Super Bowls, and they had Trent Dilfer. So I don't know. Yeah. I get where you're at saying that feeling because I have that every year. And then my problem is it happens every year. And then it ends up being there's always next year, right? And then I've evolved from that there's always next year to there's always in 2 years because I don't even look at next year sometimes. I just go, we're going way ahead now.
Man, that's true. And Browns fans, like, it really like Cleveland outside of the Cavs, like, but like I do feel bad for y'all as fans because it's just like, the part of the Browns' problems they've never been. This is like the longest tenured, right? And like it's pretty much you came back like this. Stefanski era has been the best era, And it's like, well, we've had continuity, you know what I mean, at the head coach. So like for the Browns for the longest time, it's new GM, new coach, 2-year fired, new quarterback, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse.
And that's what it was. I mean, it was nonstop. They wouldn't let a coach or quarterback actually get some rapport with each other or anything. It was just, hey,
Oh,
you know
we
what?
back?
Yeah, we're good.
Froze again.
but are you good? I think we're good. Yeah, you froze. I was like, oh man. But yeah, I was like, dude, what the hell? And that's how it works with Browns. You know, we couldn't allow a quarterback to ever actually
Reboot.
play one season, and then that was it. And then the coach automatically blamed him for everything. Everything. And then he'd be fired right away. Gone. See you later. And we never were able to actually do that. And that's what sucks about Cleveland with the Browns. They never actually gave anybody any time to run with it or try to make it work. It was always, you got 2 years, then you're the hell out of here. Quarterback, you're out of here. It didn't matter who it was, what it was. Coordinators were changing every second. I mean, the Cavs, you know, we were always good or always around. We had some down years. The Indians, again, never pay nobody, never make nothing happen. What's going on? Back it up. Never make anything happen. Bakken's having internet troubles. See if he jumps back in here. And the Indians, yeah, the Dolan never wanted to pay nobody anything, you know. As soon as he bought it off, it's ridiculous. It was stupid as hell. You know, and that's how Cleveland sports have been. You don't ever want to do nothing with your team or ever want to make your team better. It was like we sat through hell, but yet what's funny is we're sports fans here. We're like die-hard sports fans. So we live and breathe it. So we go to the games anyways, even if we do suck, just because the possibility of winning is so low that if it happens, you want to be there to see it. And if they start getting good, you want to be there for everything. Even if the downfall's coming and you know it's coming, you want to be there for it. You don't know what could happen. I mean, all sorts of shit has happened at Cleveland games. You know, Bottlegate happened, which is crazy. Them refs were stupid as hell back then. That shit was absolutely insane. I mean, the one year we were going to the playoffs, and what was it? Rick Rudd took off the damn helmet during the Chiefs game. We had it won, and he took off the helmet. They gave the penalty 15 yards, and that was it. It is a job being a sports fan. You're absolutely right, Red Jet. It 100% is. It's insane how much of a job it is. And that's why I decided to do what I'm doing now. And me and Jay did this, and Beer Cave created this media business, because if we're going to sit here and do this nonstop and talk sports and be about it, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, boxing, UFC, NASCAR, any sport, if we're going to do it, we might as well talk about it with y'all. Go worldwide with this. Make some money if we can make some money, and do everything. That way, I don't know. You know, otherwise I'd be sitting next to somebody maybe at a bar, even though I don't really drink anymore, having a glass of water, eating some wings, talking to them about it. Why can't I be right here talking to y'all and enjoying myself right here? I'm watching some boxing, so if you see some weird faces go on, yeah, I just saw some crazy shit happen in a match before, and I held my face. I mean, dude knocked this dude straight out. Woo! Took that bell. It's about to be the big event here soon. In about an hour after this next match, you can see Fury Usyk. Ooh. They're going to unify the belts. It's going to be nuts. Bandy, exactly. It's not like these owners or the town, the city don't have the revenue to do anything with it. That's the huge issue. And you never know. All right, there's Bakkins.
Sorry about that. The damn internet,
right,
laptop or something. I had to restart the whole damn thing.
That's all right. It's all right. I have to do it. Usually I turn my computer on, and then instantly when it turns on, I restart it. Just because I know stupid shit's going to happen, I do it anyways right away, just in case. I was pretty much talking about the Browns and how, you said quarterback, we give him 2 years. Head coach, 2 years, and everybody's gone. See you later.
Yeah.
We're redoing it every other year.
Yeah, Stefanski, though, like, and it's people are calling for his head right now, though. It seems like it's like we got to win. in X amount of games more this year. Like, what's the? And then they're going to want him gone.
And I don't understand that. And back it up. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you tuning in. But I don't get that. I mean, I get like if you have some gripe with him about, hey, run the damn ball or shit like that or some play callings or something, great. But if the dude's won Coach of the Year twice, he's took your team to the playoffs twice. He's won playoff game. I mean, what more can this man do besides go win the Super Bowl? Are you going to continue firing people or fans? And these are lunatic fans that are saying this shit. Are you going to continuously want somebody fired? You want the team rebuilding until we win the Super Bowl? Dude, we have the team. Just let the team build on what we have, and eventually we will be there sooner than later if you allow it to happen. Stop calling for people's heads. Oh,
yeah, let him stay there. I mean, look at the Steelers, right? Like you're.
Go ahead.
Look at the look at the Steelers. You know, Tomlin's been there for the longest. Now he's the longest tenured coach, and like they've had success, but they keep making it. They haven't won the Super Bowl in a while, but he's still there, and they're still winning seasons. Like, and they probably could have been like, well, that's not good enough anymore. We're going to get rid of you. But they continue now. Look at this year. They could look to make another run because if they can finally get Russ Wilson to play quarterback. The AFC North, man, all four teams could win it. I really feel like that.
And you know what's crazy about the whole Tomlin thing? I think this is his last year, though, to be honest. But I think, and everybody's down on the Russ thing. Everyone's like, oh, Russell this, Russell that. The dude threw for 3,050 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and had a quarterback rating of 98. Tell me you wouldn't want that for your team. Who doesn't want that kind of production from your quarterback? Granted, it could be more, but he's on the downslide of his career. I mean, come on now. Thanks, Red Jet. And Thanos says, I think D'Amico should have won Coach of the Year. Listen, I think they were right there with each other. But
I said that too. I was okay with both. Yeah.
I mean, you can't go against a guy having to use 4 quarterbacks and dudes walking in from the parking lot on the offensive line. That if he didn't have to use 4 quarterbacks, then yes, D'Amico Ryans, that turnaround was hell of amazing and he wins it. But the fact is,
what other team lost their quarterback, their starting quarterback, and their starting running back, and still made the playoffs?
I don't know. No. But and both starting tackles, left and right tackle gone. I mean,
the answer is none.
Watson is garbage in Cleveland. Anyone is an upgrade. Listen, I understand. Right now, he is looking trash. But if you remember, the last thing you've seen from Watson was 14 for 14, 132 yards, a touchdown, and like 20 rushing yards, coming back to beat Baltimore in Baltimore. That's the last thing I remember of Watson. I look at what I've just recently seen. If I want to go back in the past, I can go to every single team and say, that dude sucks from this year. I can go 2 years ago, that dude was trash.
The problem is, though, like, you don't get better at something by not doing it. And he hasn't played a full complete season in 3 years now. So it's that's
this is it though for him right here. This is it for me as a fan, and I think for the team. If he goes out there and doesn't perform, I think they yank him. That's why they brought in Jameis. Jameis is going to get you 5 million yards, 30 touchdowns, 20 interceptions, but he's going to get you 30 touchdowns, and you still might make the playoffs because that defense is going to help you out. And Thanos, the Browns roster has not been stacked forever. We've had some couple good years. Remember, we're one of 2 only teams to go 0-16. We've gone 1-15. We've gone every single worst record you could have. We've done it all. We've had a million quarterbacks. I know, but you said stacked for a couple years or for a while. To me, it's only been a couple years. It's not even been a while. When it's a while, to me, it's like 10 years. That's a while to me in football.
The last probably 2 years, they've had a good team, like a really good team that could continue.
And that's coming from a Browns fan. So a while is that, yeah, like we've been shitty for a million years. Since the 80s. Well, the 90s was great. Belichick did his thing in the playoffs. I mean, we came close twice. And then guess what? Both times it had to do some stupid shit with the Broncos, the fumble and the drive, and that's always great times.
You lost to one of the best quarterbacks, but you lost to one of the best quarterbacks of all time, though. You know what I mean? Losing John Elway, we lost to him in the Super Bowl at the tail end of his career.
Yeah, see, you did. What was that, 98?
Yeah.
98, because they beat the Patriots the year before, or not the Patriots.
We beat the Patriots. We beat the Patriots.
And they beat you.
And then they beat Atlanta to go back to back.
And they beat Atlanta. That's who it was. The Dirty Birds, the original Dirty Birds. Yeah.
Jamal Anderson and that. Yeah. And
Dan Reeves as coach. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get back to your Packers. Do you believe Love is that guy? Like you Packers do. They draft a quarterback, 3 years left of the star they have, and somehow he comes out and he's a star. For the last 35 damn years, you guys had the three quarterbacks. That's it. And it's been star after star after star. Do you believe he falls right in line with that?
I hope so. He looks like a guy. He looks like a dude. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Year 2 as a starter, as the other teams say. They watch tape too. So he can't. So I'm sure there'll be some adjustments. He'll have to make some other adjustments, but yeah, I think he is a guy, though. I think he is. I hope so.
See, you saying you hope so. I think it's more or less you want to say so, but you don't want to be that cocky about it. I get it, Bikins. It's all right.
I've never. No, anybody will tell you I've not ever been the one to be humble. So.
Oh, I think he's a damn stud. I mean,
I do think he is, but I just want him. It's just one. I hope he is, and he showed that to me. He showed he is. You know what I mean? But is he? So is he a guy that is going to be our quarterback for the next 10? I don't know that answer. But is he going to be a guy that's going to be our quarterback for the next 3 to 5? Possibly, yeah. You know what I mean? So I'll say that. There's the answer.
All right, here. Let me really simplify it. You think this man could take you to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think we could. Yeah, this year I think we could get to the Super Bowl. This year or next year. Yeah, I do think that.
That's stud right there. Because I mean, that's all that has to happen. Is just Aaron Rodgers only won one. He's got like 1 million MVPs, but he won a Super Bowl. And he was around forever throwing at trash cans at times and getting it done.
Yeah. Brett Favre, same way. Brett Favre only got one, too. You know what I mean?
But he's got 1 million MVPs. It's like that's what you guys do. You pick that quarterback like he's going to get us a bunch of MVPs. Eventually, we'll just be able to just have trash on the team. He'll throw it to him, and he'll still win games. So to help us with money,
Aaron never did throw it like that's. Everybody says Aaron threw the trash, but like. Dude had Jordy Nelson. At one time, like Jordy Nelson was a dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? Good. Greg Jennings was a dude for a little bit. Devontae Adams is a dude. You know what I mean? Like, they always had a good, really number 1 and a decent number 2. It's not like he had a whole bunch of trash. Now,
no, he didn't have a whole bunch of trash, but like you said, he had Devontae Adams, and then towards the end there, he only had whatever out there. I mean, Jordy really wasn't around. It was Devontae by himself, and they kept trying to bring in somebody. You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring back a Green Bay great, Randall Cobb. Like, oh, man, come on now. What are we doing? Because then they brought the other Green Bay wide receiver, too, and thought he was going to try to mesh again. Like, listen, once they're gone, they're gone.
Alan Lazard.
And it was like, But
what's crazy? It's like, so last year maybe it was like last year, I was really into like the Jets just to see what they would do, right?
Yeah.
And then like I was like, it was kind of like I was like, the ex-girlfriend, you still want to be with her, and she's not, with a new man, and you just, creeping on her Facebook, creeping on this, and you're just like
3 drinks in, you were like, yeah, I see what the hell's going on here. Just like 3 snacks, it's gone.
Yeah. So, but then it's like, then it's gone, and then like. then you start dating. Like now I started dating Jordan Love, and I'm like, oh, I love Jordan Love. Like this is my new, like, I'm not even thinking about Aaron and the Jets this year. Like last year I was like, oh man, they're probably going to win this motherfucking Super Bowl. Like I was, you know what I mean? Like I was like, but now I'm just like, I don't even know what the fuck's going on over there. I don't even care. I don't care what they do. Like I just like, but last year I was like caring what everything they want to do it. And then once he got hurt, I still was like, ha. But now I'm just like, I don't even care. I don't care about him. It's weird.
All right. Hey, I'll be honest. I think the Jets win their division and have a chance at doing some good things.
If he comes back healthy, right? Like if he comes back healthy, they went and got a backup though. I forgot who their backup is. They went and paid somebody to be their backup because obviously Zach's gone, but they brought in a backup. I was like, they're trying to make sure if Aaron is got hurt, like they have somebody that's capable.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor.
It's Tyrod Taylor. There you go. Yeah. So capable backup just in case. Yeah. Because again, they have a top 3 defense, top 5 defense. You got weapons, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. You got some good tight ends, and then you got Mike Williams. Now, if he stays healthy, that's a whole nother thing too. That adds big time to it.
Yeah. Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams together, that would be that's going to be a good 4 games together until Mike goes out and for the rest of the year.
Exactly. That's the whole point. So if him and A-Rod can stay healthy, that team's due for some stuff.
Everybody's shitting on the Bills, but I still feel like they're going to be better than what a lot of people think they are. Like everybody's shitting on them. I still think I think Josh Allen's a dude. And so I think I'm like, they're going to figure that out. Like they'll figure it out. Like that's just my feeling on it. Like, I'm like, they'll figure it out. Like, I don't think they're going to be as bad as people think they are. Everybody's shitting on them. People think like they're going to be, 3rd in that division. I would still take the toughness of Buffalo over the Dolphins. The Dolphins are frauds. I tell Johnny that every Monday. They're soft. SWAFT.
Straight Enzo Amore. Listen. What's up, Bobby G? Listen,
Bobby?
My whole thing with the Bills is I think they are tough, like you said, and I know the Dolphins are the Dolphins. They're a one-sided football team. I think Josh Allen's going to put so much on his shoulders now, more than ever, and this will be the year that, God forbid, he gets hurt.
Yeah. That's possible. I mean, I think, but he's good. Like, I like Josh Allen. I think he's a good quarterback. Yeah.
He's got an arm. Problem is, he needs to do like the reverse Lamar. Like Lamar, he needs to do what Lamar did in the game in the playoffs against the Chiefs. There's a big ass open lane. I can run for 20 yards. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to throw in a double coverage. See, Josh Allen needs to not run, throw the ball because he can throw the ball in double coverage.
Yeah, I do think they're going to be a little bit better than what everybody thinks they are. I don't know about playoff. Maybe they make the playoffs still. I don't know. It'll be tough. That AFC is tough because the AFC North, your guys' division, I could see, like I said, 3 of the teams, all 4 teams making the playoffs. Like, the Bengals, people are going to write them off. But Joey B has proven when he's healthy and he plays healthy, he's legit. And it'll be interesting what happens with Higgins. He's bitching and moaning about his money. So that'll be.
And that's the thing with the Bengals. You got that question mark with Burrow. Can he stay healthy? Then you got the question mark with Higgins is if he does feel hurt or feel tightness, is he going to go full go like he would any other year? Because he may step back and be like, I got to get my money now. Got to be healthy because I know next year I'm going to be somewhere else and I need paid. And that's my whole thing with the Bengals. That's it. Bobby says he should have been a Brown. We'd have a chip with the moves we've made with him at QB. Talking about Joey B, huh?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he would have one of the best offensive lines. He wouldn't have to worry about running for his damn life.
No.
And the only other thing he needs to learn now, because now they got tackles. They even went and drafted another tackle in the first round to back up their all-pro tackles, is when he is running for his life, instead of trying to still make a play and throw it down the field and take a hit, throw that ball out of bounds so you don't take a hit.
slide too. Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to continue trying to make a play, and I get it, dude. I get where your heart is. I get where your brain is, but dude, you're
Live
gonna
to
get
see the next play. Live to see the next play. You know what I mean?
yes. That's that old school saying: "Live for the next down, man."
Yeah.
Screw getting 5 or no. Sometimes you're getting 2 yards. You're like, oh, you just took that ass whipping for 2 yards. That's okay. No, throw it out of bounds and stay where you're at, and you need no negative yards, and you got the next down.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you with the AFC North. I think all 4 teams can make the playoffs as long as everybody's healthy. Watson can play, all this other shit. I think they definitely can. My next division, though, is your division. The NFC North, I think that's the second toughest division because you look at Detroit and what they've done and who they brought in, your Packers, what they've decided to continue to pile on. And, the Packers just draft well
Yeah.
every damn year. And they
And
find those.
they went out and got the safety McKinney from the
I
Giants
love
too.
McKinney,
So,
dude. I
yeah.
love McKinney. As soon as they did that, I was like, look at that. They already know. They have no secondary. Let's go get some secondary.
Yeah.
I mean, it was instant. And I'm like, dude, they always draft well. The Steelers always draft good. Doesn't matter what the hell they're doing. They always draft good. So then you got your Packers, who I believe will contend for the number 1 spot in the NFC. I think they win that division. I think it'll be close, but I think they get the number 1 spot in the NFC. I'd like them to do that. Me and Bobby were talking about that. And then you know what? You look at the other 2 teams and you're like, oh, well, the Bears suck. Nah, dude, that whole team is good. The question mark
They're set up for
is
success.
Caleb.
They're set up for success. Like,
Oh, yes, they definitely
Caleb's
are.
set for success.
He froze again. Damn. But the Bears are definitely set up for success. Definitely set up for success. I mean, Caleb Williams is the only question mark for me. If he mentally can handle this and do good, everything's good. And the Bears will be all right. I mean, they're not going to playoffs. They're not doing none of that shit. Did you hear all that?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I was going to say the Bears are set up for success too. Like they're right. Like with Caleb Williams, they got Odunze, Moore, like Keenan Allen. They're set up for success. That defense was coming on last year after they made the trade for Sweat. Like they're set up. Like Caleb's set up to do really well. And I think Minnesota with Justin Jefferson, when he gets back healthy, they'll be just as good.
Bobby G said when you froze, it said it looked like you were about to sing a love ballad. Matt Henry says bear down.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's literally Caleb Williams, the question mark. Can he mentally handle the rigors of the NFL? He's going to have a 3 interception game at some point. He's going to get his ass whipped at some point. They're going to have losses. Can he handle that? Because you saw in college, there was times where you couldn't handle that. It just broke him down. Can he do it? Especially with Chicago fans. Them relentless. Just like the Browns lunatics over here. Coach won all these games. Coach of the year, get him out of here. The Bears be the same way. Get that dude the hell out of here after 2 games if he can't do it. They'll be saying, see, Fields should have stayed, should have kept him instead of trading him. And I always thought Fields should have stayed. I thought Fields should have been there. They could have got other assets with that 1st and 9th pick. I mean, to be honest, I thought they were going to take Brock Bowers with that 9th pick. I mean, you already had 2 solid receivers. You bring in that tight end. Cole Kmet's good, but you bring in that tight end. Holy shit. You freeze again? Yeah, he frozen. He looking off in the distance. Well, he's about to crack a smile. His wife just came in and flashed him. But then you got the Vikings. Listen, the Vikings have all the pieces too. You got the Jet, you got Atson, you got TJ Hawkinson, you got Aaron Jones that they just got from the Pack. You got an offensive line that's great. Your defense is good. JJ McCarthy, I don't think is going to be bad. I just don't think he's going to be that guy that if you're down double digits, he can throw you back in the game. I just don't think that. That's right. I'm not going to sign Everett. So, all right, they got Everett. Brock Bowers. Ooh. Good.
I think so. Hold on. Nah, I don't know. We good? I think so.
All right. All right. Well, hey, how do you feel about the Vikings? You know, they're kind of like the
Yeah.
Bears. They got all the pieces. JJ, Adson, Hawkinson, Aaron Jones from you guys, offensive line, a defense. Only thing is I don't think it's going to be Sam Darnold. I think JJ gets the starting job. Can he get the job done?
I think they're going to finish last because I don't trust him.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's and they don't really have outside of Justin Jefferson. They got some receivers, but the running game's not really there. So it'll be interesting what happens in Minnesota. Lost a little bit on the defense, so I kind of think they'll finish last. I'm looking at them in maybe 6-7 games. You know, I haven't really looked at their schedule, but just kind of a feeling.
You know, I think between them and the Bears, it could flip flop for me. Like again, just because of quarterback stuff. JJ, I've always said he's not going to throw you into games. Like if you're down 14 points, it's just not happening. It's just not happening. He's not going to do that. But he will. He won't lose you the game. He's not going to throw a shitload of interceptions. He's not going to do that. He knows how to short arm, do his short throws. He could throw a long ball if need be. But Aaron Jones having him at a proven back will help him out big time. Big time there. At what point does he start? Right away. They're not going to start air it out Sam. I think JJ wins
Well,
the job.
I think JJ probably wins. I think I think they'll probably start Sam like week 1 or 2, and then it'll go for about 3 games. You know, I think they'll start Sam and he'll go for 3 games or maybe 4, and then once their seasons, you know, they realize, oh, it's Sam Darnold, and you know the 49ers sold us a bunch of crap, and then we'll we'll start this other kid.
Fucking Sam Darnold. He's another one from USC. Oh, he put up all these numbers through a million interceptions. Nobody looked at the INTs. They were like, yeah, look at all these touchdowns. You know, you don't see that other stat right there? No. You don't see the fumbles? No. All right, all right. That was a mind-blowing thing for me. But so yeah, it looks like you guys take the whole thing, right?
I don't know. Detroit's pretty still fucking good, so I don't want to say no on that one. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to say it's Green Bay to lose. Like I think Detroit's, you know, just like they're pretty good too. So
They are.
I
They
am.
are.
Yeah, I'm trying to be realistic and not just you know with my heart.
All right. I see you said you got to go here shortly. Listen, all right, before you
Yeah.
go, let's talk a little bit about this heavyweight fight that's actually going to happen. Yuri Usyk, first time in what 25 years. It's about to be undisputed, unified belts, all this shit for the heavyweights. What do you see here happening? Who do you like, and what ending do you give?
Yeah, I like Tyson Fury. I just think he's just too big, too strong. He outweighs Usyk by 30 pounds. You know what I mean? Like it's insane. You see how like even their weigh-ins, like Tyson's this size. It's like me standing next to my son or something. You know what I mean? Like my youngest son. So it's just like you know. They're so much bigger and stronger, I think, than Tyson is. Now, it's not a wrestling match, I know, or even UFC, but it just, you know, Tyson's been there. I think he's got a lot to prove, too, after his last fight with Francis, where he got knocked down and, you know, embarrassed it, you know, pretty much, where I thought Francis won that fight. And so it's just, I like Fury to bounce back, and I like him to win, I'm going to say by decision.
Okay. All right. You know, that whole Ngannou thing, I don't think he ever even took that serious. He didn't look right. He didn't even look like he was in shape. He just went in there, danced around, thought it was a show, got his ass whipped, and still got the decision because I think it was always planned for him to get the decision. You know, they weren't going to give him an L on that. But he looks like he's in the best shape. He looks great. Like he focused. He determined to win this. He's just ready. And yeah, he's 30 pounds heavier. We know what he
And,
does.
and he's lost weight, like he put some, because he weighed I think he lost like 10 or 15 pounds. He weighed 270 something when he fought Francis, and then the other day he weighed like 260 something, where Usyk weighs like 230 something.
And Usyk, don't get me wrong, Usyk's a bad man. The boy can
Yeah,
fight.
you're not the lineal, a heavyweight champion for a reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
They didn't just hand that belt out like, hey, you know what? There you are. You get it.
yeah.
They didn't do it to Cleveland Browns. They didn't just pick out some guy out there and say, that's the guy.
Yeah, this guy just walking the street. So yeah, he's a bad. Like, they're both bad dudes. And now Fury is, I think, the more known fighter to casuals, and I'm probably more of a casual boxing fan. That's why we got Whit on the show, because he's the boxing aficionado on Head Kicks and Haymakers. But Fury's kind of the more known. I just think because of his personality, right? Like, so people kind of know him as fought, over here stateside, where Usyk is main, is more quiet demeanor, is not as boisterous. So I think for the most casual fans, probably like wondering who the hell this Usyk kid is. So,
That is a problem with us Americans. We always somehow look at, there's a loudmouth motherfucker. That's the dude right there. That's the one. The quiet guy, we're like, yeah, that guy sucks. And then he's out here whooping ass. But what's great about Usyk is he comes from the Lomachenko line. Like, he went boxing, Papa Lomachenko, they call him. Trained him, did all that over in Ukraine. I mean, so it's not like where he comes from and what he is nothing. Because if you know Loma, you know what that man is, and Usyk has something to do or some of that too. And I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think it'll go to decision too. I think Fury does end up getting it. I even feel like Usyk maybe knocks down Fury once, but then Fury gets the better of him and knocks him down a couple more times. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that, I guess, they're getting ready to walk probably in like about an hour's time, I think.
Well, the fight before them has got 5 rounds left, so anything can happen right now. I've been watching.
Shit.
Dude,
Okay.
this fight's been going.
So it's the co-main right now.
Insane.
It's the co-main right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because they walked them dudes out playing music like it was. So I'm pretty sure it is.
Unless I have to get ready to turn it on then.
Yeah, this has been the fight before this, dude. I mean, holy shit, the champ got his whole ass whipped. I just sat here and watched it. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even know what I wanted to say something, but I'm like, And right now, the same thing's happening, though. It's insane right now. But hey, I appreciate you coming on. I know you got to run, cook dinner, do your thing, watch this fight. Hey, let these people know where they can get to see you and get to follow you at.
Yeah, so tune in and you can battle with me on my shows on the internet. Everybody always jokes it's not a show with Bodkins unless his internet fucks up. So, what you saw today is per the norm. So, just right there behind me, there's the podcast show on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter. But Mike, it's always a pleasure, my man, when we get together. I appreciate you having me on. You're one of the best, man. So appreciate it.
Hey, I think the same about you. And we're going to start doing these division things and teams, and we're going to bring you on for the Packers, of course, and let you run through what you got to say. But as always, I'm going to salute you right on out, man. Appreciate you.
Always appreciate it, Mike. I'll holler at you later, brother.
All right, man. Have a good one. All right. Hey, man, my boy Nick Bodkins. Make sure you go follow, like, subscribe to his show on YouTube, Facebook. He's all over the place. Man, the dude's great. Puts on good stuff. If you like boxing and UFC, Head Kicks and Haymakers, I mean, just unreal. The show that he puts on with Whit. And he's on all the time everywhere. And you'll catch him exactly, again, right here. The Huddle Network. Northeast Streaming Sports Network. You catch right here. Screw ESPN, screw Fox Sports. Download those apps on your Roku or Fire TV and watch us on the big screen. If you just want to put something on to listen to, you don't want to get involved today, you can just listen, turn it on. You can see us as you're doing your thing, cleaning, whatever you're doing. Put it on. But, oh, man. So what do we got going on, chat? What do we got going on over here? Chicago fans, the fanboys, what's going on, y'all? I missed that. Sorry. Red Jet, as always, man. You bringing the heat. You're bringing the heat. But let's let's jump into this NFL a little bit. Everybody saw the schedule come out. Now I know everybody's got their take on what they feel the team is. Everybody's like, yeah, we're going undefeated. We're winning every game. All of them. I got to say, I feel like the Steelers got I don't know what is wrong or what the Steelers or Tomlin or the Rooney said to the schedule maker, but why the hell do they have a schedule where they can go 7-1, I think it is, or 6-2 at the beginning of the season, and then the last so many games is all division and KC and Philly and Miami, and it's like, what? Oh man, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen their schedule release, but dude, holy shit. They had to be kind of messed up in the head seeing that they got to face the whole division in the last 8 games. You got to face the division every team. So you got 6 games against division, and then you got KC, and I'm pretty sure it's Philly. Maybe Philly's right before. Maybe that's one of the losses I gave them before the bye week. But still, whoa, man, that is absolutely insane to me that it would be like that. I mean, Red Jet, how do you feel? You said you called it out 14-3 already for the Niners. I didn't even look at the Niners schedule yet. I was going over a couple of them before. I didn't get into depth with the Niners yet because I figured they're going to do the job. They're probably going to win that division. The Rams are going to give them their money's worth. And I don't know if they can get that first seed. If they go 14-3, they get that 1 seed. But I feel like Green Bay or Detroit might get that first seed this year. And NFC North starting to stack up some more. It's been rough. It's been all AFC lately, but NFC starting to stack up. Now, division-wise, like I said, I believe the AFC North top. Toughest division. These dudes beat on each other, and then they all can make the playoffs. NFC North, I mean, depending on the rookie quarterbacks, could be absolutely insane. But, yeah, 14-3, huh? Well, what are your 3 losses? What are your 3 losses? What did it say? We got some dogs to battle this season. Niners could get it only because Detroit gambles at the wrong time and Green Bay bottoms out when they're doing good. You're right, and that's usually what happens with teams that are supposed to do good. But the way the Detroit was looking last year, I feel like they may be all right this year, and Green Bay still got to see what they do again. But what are your 3 losses, Red Jet? Green Bay, the Rams. You go 1-1 with the Rams and Miami. Really? Miami? I didn't think Miami would have been one of your losses. But I mean, I guess it depends on where you play them. If you're going to Miami, I could see that being a loss. It's like 500 degrees down there, and they make sure you feel every bit of it when that happens. Oh, trap game? All right. I went through the Browns. I had us at, I want to say 11-6 again is what I had us. 11-6, 10-7. But I felt like we could be 12-5 depending on certain things because I put trap games in there and said that stuff too. I'm trying to be a fan that just looks at it like from the outside. I'm not trying to be, hey, yeah, we're winning them all every game. We don't lose. Beer Cave had them at 9-8, possibly 10-7. I'm like, dude, we're not getting the playoffs with that. The AFC is too tough right now because you're definitely going to have the Chiefs. You're going to have the Ravens. You're going to have probably the Jets in Miami. So what? The Chiefs, the Ravens, Jets, Miami, the Texans. And then you got 2 spots. And you got to think Steelers, Bengals, depending on Joe Burrow, could be up in there. I mean, the Colts. And that's every other team's got to fail for us to do that, I believe. I think it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be real hard to be 10-7. Even though last year the the Steelers got in, I think, at 10-7 or 9-8. But I know the Bills got in at 10-7. But I still think it's going to be hard with the way the division is now, plus how good these teams have gotten. We didn't have to worry about the Jets last year. Aaron Rodgers is coming back. He should be healthy. They added to that defense. They added weapons for Rodgers. I feel like it's going to be a lot harder now. Because now if the Jets win the division, you still got Miami and Buffalo, but Buffalo probably falling off a little bit. But you still got Miami to worry about. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a little rough if we lose that many games. I looked at the Carolina Panthers because they had the worst record last year. They didn't do shit. I saw them winning 6 games. 6 games I picked out, and I could even go a little like maybe 5, but 6 games is where I had them. All right. I got the whole schedule here. I got it. Let me look at Beer Case thing. I gotta go back and look at, because I sent it to him for Thursday. Where are we at? San Fran. You got the Jets Monday night, straight at home. That's gonna be a tough game. That'll be a tough game. I'll give you that because you're at home. But Rodgers on Monday Night Football is always good. That's iffy, but I'll give it to you. At Minnesota, yes. I think you lose that one at the Rams. I think that's the one you lose when you're in LA. I think you lose that one. You'll beat New England. So right now you're 3-1. Oh yeah, you're beating Arizona 4-1 at Seattle. Ooh. You guys should win that game because Seattle, their damn quarterback, problems over there. So what? 5-1. KC. It's at home though, but I'm going to go 5-2 there. You got Dallas, and Dallas is not doing shit. So that's 6-2. Got a bye week at Tampa. 7-2. Seattle at home. 8-2. Green Bay, yeah, in Lambeau. What is that? In December too? End of November? Yeah, that's. I'll give you that L. That's 3 at Buffalo. See, that whole thing right there going from at Green Bay to at Buffalo is what's crazy for me. Oh man. To me, nah. See, Buffalo don't got no team. We got at Miami, yeah. And then who knows if that Detroit game, depending on whether or not Detroit game is actually going to be worth it to play. I mean, it's not the last game. Listen, I'm going to go 13-4. I'm going to give you guys 4 losses, 13-4. And that's only because I see some rough sledding on back-to-backs. Like you said, it could be trap games, but it's rough sledding because it's 2 crazy places, either on the road or, like I said, that Detroit game at the end could mean everything for Detroit. If they win that, they could win their division. They could do this, all this, and they could throw everything they have. When you guys could already have the division sealed up, even the one spot could be done and over with. But I'm going to go 13-4. But yeah, you guys got a soft schedule. I mean, I'll look at strength of schedule right here. Where are you guys at that? Strength of schedule. You're in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're in the top 15, top 12. You got to look at this. AFC North, top 3 teams. And then the Bengals are a couple teams below you guys. KC's below them. Yes. See, and what scares me about that game with KC is again, yeah, they could definitely lose that game. But then the rematch happens, and KC ain't going to lose twice. So you probably want to lose that game, and then if the rematch happens, you'll be all right. Look at the bottom 6, though, in this, man. The whole NFC South is in the easiest schedule. Saints, Panthers, Falcons, Saints are the bottom, are the easiest. Then the Panthers and the Bucks are right there too. It's like, man, holy shit, who made all this schedule? But it's going to be rough sledding for the AFC North. But I think it's more or less because they beat themselves up so much. They're so good in the division, and that's why. But if you look at it, we play KC, Miami. I mean, we all got Philly. Philly's going to be a good squad, and as long as Hurts can play and actually throw the ball, let him throw the ball. Stop trying to make him run for 100 yards a game. Let him throw. You got Saquon for running now. Philly could be a very dangerous team if they say, Jalen, I want you to throw the ball to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert. Saquon's going to run it. I mean, they still got a defense. Their offensive line is still good. I mean, yes, Jason Kelsey retired, but their offensive line is still together. I think that's a dangerous team. I think they'll be right up there with Detroit, Green Bay, 49ers. I think that's 4 teams that make it. I think the Rams squeak in. To be honest, I don't see another team from the NFC East making it. So Detroit, Green Bay, Rams, Niners, Philly, that's 5. I think Atlanta wins that division. So that's 6. Ooh, so maybe Dallas somehow squeaks in, which I don't like saying that. I don't like that. I think the Redskins could surprise some people. Happy Saturday, Jesus. But I feel like that's the 6 for sure that I like over there in the NFC. I think there's a toss-up between the NFC East, or if maybe the Buccaneers show up and them and the Falcons are battling, maybe the Buccaneers are the ones that sneak in that 7th spot. I'm not going to say what number, because, I mean, who knows? Like I said, I just feel 2 from the North, 2 from the West, maybe 2 from the South, and then you get the Eagles. The AFC, I feel it's just going to be the Chiefs out of the West. The East, I feel like it's Jets and Miami. The North, I feel like all 4 teams can go, but I'm going to give you 3. I think the Ravens, Browns, and the Bengals make it. Jesus says Niners 10-7. Woo! Jesus, have you seen the schedule? Obviously, you've seen the schedule. Tell me what your 7 losses are. Tell me what your 7 losses are on the Niners schedule. I would love to know. I know Red Jet would love to hear it, because I said 13-4. And Red Jet said 14-3 with that iffy 4th loss that could be there. Well, what are your 7 losses they have? Because I just looked at their schedule. What are your 7? Or are you just straight saying out and that's all you know and you didn't look at the schedule? 7. Oh, man. I mean, they could lose week 1. So I could see 5, but 7? That's rough. What Shanahan thinks? Shanahan better believe he's going to the Super Bowl this year and winning it. Otherwise, he's going to be looking for another job somewhere. I mean, I see 2 losses in the first 5. If you want to give the Jets the win. Then they might lose to KC. That's going to be a battle. Yeah, well, you just said winless earlier. Want me to show that again? Oh, shit. He said the Bears, Lions, Green Bay, Buffalo, Jets because of Jets defense, Seattle, or Dolphins. Damn. Yeah, listen, I think the Jets could be, to me, their 5th loss. Or will it be their first loss, but it'll be the 5th one on my thing. I can't see them losing to the Bears. In Buffalo, that's shaky for me too. I don't see them losing to the Bears. I don't see them losing to Seattle, even in Seattle. I feel like that team, they got to do something about that quarterback over there. Geno Smith, it's winless. But I can see the Lions, Green Bay definitely. Again, I can see the trap game in Buffalo. Oh, he's calling Jets Niners Super Bowl. So you're saying at 10-7, they get in the playoffs, obviously at a wild card, right? Or are you saying they win the division and the Rams are that much worse? So all right, 10-7 wins the division. You're in there, you go to the Super Bowl, the Jets win their division, and they meet you, huh? Ooh. Who do you got winning? You got the Jets in that? Well, you're a Niner, so you're praying for the Nines. Oh, week 1, it's the Jets Super Bowl game. That's why you feel like they win. I think the Jets win that division and have a chance at going to the Super Bowl. As long as Rodgers stays healthy. Their defense is top 3. They brought in pieces on offense. As long as Mike Williams and Rodgers stay healthy, that team is great. They can win that division easily, hands down. Buffalo's taking steps back. Miami's lost defense, and they're just an offensive squad. They're just a fluke offensive squad. Not fluke because they can score 60. Problem is what if the other team's scoring a bunch too? You can't stop them. You better hope they don't have a defense. But if they're facing the Jets do, so they can stop that. Like I said, I got the Browns going 11-6. I think they make the playoffs. I think Watson shows up. I'm going to say this now. I think Watson shows up. I think he has an amazing year. I think people start shutting the hell up. And this is without Chubb for half the year. Because once Chubb comes back, if he comes back fully healthy, 100%, like ready to go, not, hey, we're going to put him in for a couple plays. Like when we put him in, he's in. That's a whole nother story. I'm not even counting Chubb, really. I'm thinking Watson's going to be great. Oh, they could win the division with that, depending on how the Ravens do, because the Ravens lost on defense. I believe so, too. But I like them in the playoffs. I just think the Steelers, and who knows what's going to happen. Russell had a good year last year, even though everybody likes to say he didn't. 3,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and a 98 quarterback rating is not a bad year. That's a solid-ass year for a guy coming on his way down. That's a solid year. He's going with a coach that can coach him right, put him in the right positions. They drafted well. They added pieces on the offensive line. First 2 draft picks were offensive line, and they needed that badly. They added another weapon over there for on the other side of Pickens. You got your Fryer move tight end, Najee Harris and Warren, which, I mean, Najee can move. He could be traded at any point because they declined his 5th year. So who knows? They could be looking for something or a trade somewhere. The Steelers could battle and get in there too. That's a whole nother thing. It'd be crazy to see all 4 of them teams get in. Because that means it's the AFC North and the other 3 division winners. The Jets, the Chiefs, and the Texans. And that'd be crazy to see. What team has the easiest road for number 1 seed home field advantage? Well, I mean, listen, let's go strength of schedule. If you look at it like that, of teams that we know are going to be in the playoffs, dude, the Eagles and the Chiefs are right there. The Eagles and the Chiefs. The Chiefs even have an easier schedule than the Eagles have the easier schedule than the Chiefs. But they have to go through the AFC North, and I think that's what makes it hard. They got to play all 4 of them dudes. But I feel like the Eagles and the Chiefs, because the Chiefs got an easier schedule than they're like halfway. And the rest of the teams below that aren't playoff teams except for maybe the Falcons and Bucks winning their division. I could still say the Eagles are the Chiefs because I don't think Dallas is going to be a real team that's going to. I mean, they're they're gonna win some games, but I don't see that. The Redskins got a rookie quarterback. The Giants are gonna start Drew Lock. So the Eagles look like they might be all right. KC, you got over there, you got Herbert, but Herbert doesn't have a lot of pieces to throw to, even though they drafted and did a lot of stuff over there. I feel like they win that. I didn't forget about Dallas. Are you saying forget them? Yeah, I am forgetting them. I'm forgetting them altogether. The Chiefs, they got Raiders who need a QB unless Mustache Mania shows up again. They got him and Mini Mustache, Aiden O'Connell, but they have a good team. And the Broncos, I mean, they're still piece of shit together. So I feel like there's a bunch of question marks in that division. So the Chiefs got that. Plus, again, they're like halfway through with the easiest schedule. Them and Philly are the teams with the easiest schedules that are going to be playoff teams. Everyone below them are all teams that, well, like I said, the Falcons and Bucks may make it, but they have the easiest schedule, but they're not going to get the number one seed. So I think the Chiefs and I think Philly. I mean, I can't. Yeah. Oof. It's going to be rough for the whole AFC North to even try to think about that. The Texans, the Colts, depending on AR-15 and what happens with him, if he shows up and becomes great, still got Jacksonville there. They're hanging around for the next couple years. Hey, Finesse, I'm glad you showed up. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, listen, I'll tell you right now, if Hart's hurt, if he is not 100%, dude, you guys lose that game. You're going to be proved wrong. I'm going to be right. And my prediction, I'm going to be right. Hart getting hurt that last game, that abdomen, that's a problem. He had a real issue. He played through it, came back in and played through it, but it's always the next day where it's worse. If Hart's not playing at full strength or can't play that game like that, it's over. It's over. Because Brunson's not going to be able to do it without, you got to have the big three of the Villa at least. I'm not worried about OG. OG doesn't do what Hart does. Hart's your rebounder. He's had 60 rebounds in a 4-game span. There's only one other Knick player that's done that, and that's Patrick Ewing at center. OG isn't doing what Hart does. And DiVincenzo is spotty. He had a great game. Now he might not have a good game. How the hell am I bugging out? You've seen what happens in these games. Indiana just whooped y'all. They were up by 20 almost the entire game. Yeah, better defender. It's the rebounds that make Hart what Hart is to me. And he can score, but it's the rebounds. That's what does it for me. he'll have Siakam. Great. But it's about the rebounds. But you came in at the end of the show. Hey, we're going to talk about this Tuesday. Make sure you're there Tuesday because we're going to have it all down. We're going to talk about it. But listen, man, great show as always. Appreciate my boy Botkins for jumping on. Hopefully Beer Cave and the Cardinals win the game. I appreciate you guys for being here, listening in. Remember, before you leave, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're on Facebook, jump to my YouTube real quick. Jump to our YouTube at the Man Cave 8172. Hit a subscribe button. Hit the like button. We could use all of it. If you're on TikTok at the Man Cave 10, I put out funny, crazy shit almost every day. You'll love it. You'll be entertained. But again, I appreciate every bit of this. And remember, if you want 24/7 sports and you want it, the best way to get it, the Huddle Sports Network and Northeast Streaming Sports Network. Download those apps on Roku and Fire TV. You get to see us all the damn time. You'll see Botkins, and they got a slew of other shows you'll love instead of watching that mainstream media shit. Thank you very much, Red Jet. Thank you very much. And for everybody, we're going to salute this one out. Go have a good day. Make sure you tune in the box. And if you ain't, Fury Usyk's coming up. It's about to be a hell of a damn fight. And watch that Dallas game tonight. Dallas should take it. But if them Young Bucks show up, another game 7, woohoo!